Hey Raiders, welcome back to another Barnacorn live arena battle video. This video will feature 10 fights and only 4 wins, including a flop back down into Gold 1, and then the majority of the fights in Gold 2. Today was quite the eye-opener, as I found myself overmatched in most of the battles. So I get started here. This one doesn't look terrible. With 3 damagers and an ultimate death knight, I've seen that before, and I've lost to something similar before, and I've won to something similar before. So they go Pythion, and I'll ban the Pythion. And we'll see how this goes. They ban my Sifi, so I should be able to put them on cooldown. And I cannot. Their Wukong is faster than my Warlord, and so he sheeps my Warlord. This fight is off to a bad start. So I think very good strategy by this player. They have 3 very fast damagers. They go before pretty much all of my champions except Warlord. My Ronda's not slow. My Ronda's, I believe, 246 speed. And once any of my champions die, that's it. Sheeped the Wukong, but my damagers are gone, so I have to leave. So that was tough. A bunch of fast damagers. On to the second battle. I mean, it wasn't the champions in that battle, it was the speed. So they go Sifi, I go Warlord Wukong. They go Yumiko, again, not looking terrible to begin with. I'm going to ban the Yumiko. Got to see who they pick for the last one. I've been leaning heavily on a Nithway. They took a Nithway, so I couldn't take a Nithway. Oh, I took my other damager already anyway. But for Rotos, I'm taking the Goffred, and they banned the Goffred. That is a big surprise. I have not seen Goffred banned yet. So he must get used more in Gold 2. I saw Biohack was using Goffred as a Rotos counter as well. So they'll take out my Warlord, and then he procs multiple extra turns, hitting the Duchess. I do have some buffs up, but a Nithway will do his AoE, and he blocks revive on my Wukong right there. That was tough. I don't want to switch to a strategy like theirs, even though it appears superior to mine. I just don't want to do speed, because when you go speed, there's always somebody faster. So my Duchess is dead. Errol's dead. I'm done. Leave this one. My strategy of making them pay when they leave in my Warlord has not worked in the first 2 battles of this day. So Gold 2 definitely more difficult, faster speeds, better champions they're facing. So on to the third battle. If I lose this one, I will drop into Gold 1. So they took my Warlord. Otherwise not looking terrible. I have my damagers picked. I have a Sifi Duchess. And then I have to decide between Nekret and Goffred. Probably go Nekret here. Ban the Warlord. See how fast the Mighty Yuko is. This is a fightable team. This team isn't that scary. See how difficult Hefrak can be. Sometimes there are some very powerful Hefraks, and then other times there just aren't. They're just not that strong. Alright, so buff up, because Ultimate Death Knight's there. Don't forget that. Mighty Yuko did not put up block buffs on anybody because of my bolster. But he has stolen a stone skin. So, trying to get through on this team. Maybe if I'd thrown in a bomber at the end instead of Errol. But that would have required that I had my... So I'll leave this one too. That was a quick failure. Drop down to Gold 1. Yeah, I picked a support last on that one. And it's hard to decide between support going last or damager going last, because they're both important. I need to decide between Nekret and Goffred. Sometimes I need Nekret, sometimes I need Goffred. Whenever I pick Nekret, it seems like I need Goffred. Whenever I pick Goffred, it's either because I picked him after Georgid, and there I have to wait the full minute, to ask for another fight. So, I don't know, definitely getting a lot of good experience on these fights. These are not unbeatable players. Some of them are. Some of them are just out of my league, but others are not unbeatable. So I dropped down, I believe this guy's at level 95. Going the Speed Arbiter Duchess. Always, I find that a weird combo, but a lot of people do it. And then they add Shuzen, so that makes it a little tough. So what do I want to do here? I've got a lot of Stone Skin, and I'm not worried about my Sun Wukong, so I'm going to ban their Gaiath. It seems like the one you don't want to ban, but I'm going to ban their Bomber here. You often don't see a hybrid bomb/nuke team. I've seen them a couple times now, and I can handle them pretty well. But they must have pretty good success. So, I believe Duchess is on cooldown, so this one was a pretty easy win upon dropping back down. And they're gone. So back into Gold 2. Next fighter, another one that has finished Platinum, so they definitely know what they're doing, and they're in about mid Gold 2. So looks like a tough fight. They go Duchess Warlord, so I know who I'm going to have to ban. I think a couple of things is being able to withstand those speed teams, or the non-speed teams that are faster than me, as well as fight through a Warlord so that I don't have to ban Warlord or Yumiko every time. Those are the kinds of things I need to start figuring out how to do. Here, I accidentally picked Stultus instead of Goffred. I meant to have Goffred in the team to counter Rotos, and I picked Stultus. My Stultus is pretty slow in Stone Skin. He can nuke, but he's really slow. I did not want 3 nukers in this fight with a Sifi. But so be it. So I'm considering this one a loss. And he decided with his Rhonda just to do a standard kill on my Sun Wukong and my Anithway. So my Sun Wukong can come right back, get some kills in. Duchess will bring him back. I got lucky there. I got lucky there that Sifi didn't die. So now I can try and AoE kill 2 of them, but then that procs Rotos, who's going to kill... He counterattacked and killed Anithway. Then he killed Sifi, then he killed Sun Wukong. And now let's see if I can do this. Rotos going off is not good, but he's getting weak hits against Stultus. So I go for the Duchess and can't kill Rotos, but then I get him with Stultus. So that was an accident with Stultus, and somehow I won that. So 2 and 5 on the first set of tokens. One of those wins being in Gold 1. So 1 and 4 in Gold 2. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my tallies right now. So that puts me at 6 and 8 in Gold 2. And then I'll put in the 1 and 0 Gold 1. That's since I've been back and forth. I had a roughly 62 to 64% winning percentage before in Gold 1. So I expect to keep that winning when I drop down. So on to the 6th fight. So I can lose a couple without dropping. I suspect it's going to be this way for a couple weeks at least. There we go. We got Georgid, and I can put in Goffred. They've got Harima, not too concerned with that. So far, I feel like I can counter this team. Unfortunately, I don't have Sifi, and they do. Right now, I'm looking at banning the Sifi, but then they have Marichka and Shuzen. Probably going to ban Marichka. And they ban the Warlord. And going into this one, I think, okay, I've got a shot at this one because I've got Goffred. But what he does at the beginning here was very smart play. He's going to trigger Goffred's passive there on Sun Wukong, and then Georgid gets to go off. Didn't get to fully go off, though, because I still had 2 in Stone Skin. But that was a very smart play. Just get Goffred's passive out of the way, and then just go on about your business. So, definitely the advantage to this one. I knew he had sheep, and I went ahead and did it. I knew I was going to get sheeped, but I wanted their buffs off of them. I can bring Arrow back, and then try and do some damage. Unfortunately, Not that, but I got a lot of stuns there. If I had stunned Georgid, I might have been able to hold on. Yeah, this team would have been beatable if I think if I could have stunned Georgid. Couldn't quite get the hit there. And he's dead again. Yeah, and this one's over. 2 and 4 on the day. That was kind of a fluke, I think, that I didn't stun Georgia there. I don't know that I would have won, but I would have had a shot at winning. So this one, they pick Warlord first. Warlord is the most important for them. And they go also Ramantu. So I know who their support is. My least favorite opponent is the one that picks Ramantu when I have Warlord. Also note here, I put in Tormund with some debate because Tormund's not actually ready. He's kind of built like a damager, but doesn't even have his masteries yet. I was hoping they would bite on the ban target and maybe just ban him, and they don't. But I have to ban the Warlord here. They go with a Gaius and a Hefrak. So I end up going with my Errol. And if he can resist, or if he just gets weak hit by Gaius, then I might have a shot, because these are all fairly squishy players. Squishy champions. So they get going. They avoid the turn meter boost to start, and then block the passive skills and bombs on everyone. So I'm done here. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to protect the Errol a little bit, see if I can just move on. And Hefrak's going to get some kills in. And here I'm thinking, why didn't Tormund come back up, but block passive skills? He couldn't come back up. And then all of our bombs pop and we're done. So, pretty rough day going right now. See how the next fight goes. I pick Sifi. They go, again, Duchess and Warlord. Warlord is very popular. If people have him in gold, they're using him. I think he's better than Yumiko, except he gets countered by Mortar Macabre. And it's a soft counter. It's an RNG counter. But Yumiko does not get countered by Mortar Macabre. So I got some strong defenders in here and my Wukong Errol. So they've got Staltis. I feel pretty good about this fight. They're going to ban the Wukong so that Errol has to kill Duchess. That'll be difficult. See how this goes. We get started. We got 3 of them in Stone Skin, but not the Staltis. I'll buff up. And I think about protecting somebody, but then I decide maybe I can kill the Staltis, and I cannot. I do get a Provoke on the Staltis, though, so that's kind of nice. Delay a little bit there. I'm not likely to steal the increased attack off Duchess, so I just A1 her. And I survive with everyone. The big hit from Baron. That's good. Still can't stun. Alright, do the big hit, the big AoE with Errol. They'll be back, but then I can hopefully get back around and do it again. And Duchess is off of Stone Skin, but I don't want to use it just yet. I might need that ally attack in a little bit. So Duchess brings them back. Just do the A1. Now try for the stun, and it looks like I did get Staltis too. So I got both the damagers. Go for the kill again, and Staltis counterattacks. He didn't die, but then the ally attack kills him. So they're dead again. So this player probably cannot keep reviving and kill me. I may not actually have the damage to kill him, but I'll have a chance to find out. That's my win condition, is whether or not I have the damage to kill his Duchess with my Errol. His win condition appears to not exist, but it's whether or not his Duchess can bring back his 2 damagers to start killing mine off. And so far, it looks like he can't keep them up. I got the stun ready again. Errol should have his AoE ready again. And they're dead again. And he left the battle. So he didn't want to hang out there. A lot of lower account powers with either good awakening or just great champions. And then, of course, there's the really strong accounts with high account power, too. Pablito. And this guy is closer to the top of Gold 2 than the middle. He goes Sifi first, and Taras-Marichka, so this one is looking a little unpretty. See how it goes, though. In Gold 1, I didn't fare too badly when there were Taras-Marichka combos. Occasionally, I would beat them, but they're really powerful up in Gold 2. It's the people who succeed, and this is a really strong team. I picked Nekret, and I'm going to pick Goffred too. Ban the Yumiko, but that means they have Taras-Marichka and Georgid, and they ban my Nekret. Ugh. That's just a tough team to face. I don't even know how this team can win. So I've got to work on my counters to that composition, which probably includes Helicaf. But I don't know how to work that in. So Taras triggers the passive, and that unleashes Georgid, but I'll take him out real quick. I'm looking okay in this fight. Got them all on skill cooldown, but Sifi keeps sleeping my Damager, my Ragash. Sifi's just so good. And that's the game they like to play with Taras-Marichka versus Wukong. It's just Marichka A1. So I've lost Ragash for good now, and this one's pretty much going away. Yeah, Taras-Marichka are just so powerful. And I've lost Warlord, so we're about done here. And there it goes. What I am learning, though, too, is you can stay on the cusp. And like I had a 4 out of 10 day. I can start working on some different teams, and it's not really going to cost me. If I'm working on teams in Gold 2, and then I just win my Gold 1 fights, I'm staying there. I'm not losing anything. I mean, I'm losing my sanity by losing too many battles in a day. But I can at least practice new things. So I may take a day off, and then regroup and kind of think about how I want to attack some of these teams. So this one, I don't know who their last amateur is going to be, but I'm going to throw in a Nithway. Could be Harima, hopefully it's not, and it's Taras. So I will ban the Nekret. Hopefully I can get that Rotos gone. See how this one goes. So didn't quite kill the Rotos. Triggered him, he counterattacked, and then he triggers the passive from Goffred. So now I've killed him, but he can be revived. So that was unfortunate. That does not happen very often. Must have been reaction or some kind of mitigation. So Rotos is back. Go for the stun on Rotos and Taras. I mean, Goffred is really good. Like, this is a tough team, and Goffred is good. So, again, I tried for the AoE, and Rotos counterattacked and killed him again. Now I got Rotos dead, so Rotos is out of the picture. Now I just got to worry about Ultimate Death Knight and Duchess before I start working on Taras. If I can somehow control Taras, he's not a fast Taras. And Ultimate Death Knight will be exposed now. So I go for the buff strip. And Taras went for the hit on Sifi. Would have killed her, but he got stunned instead. Okay, I'm trying to work on that Ultimate Death Knight. And I killed the Ultimate Death Knight. So now if I can just get that Sifi dead, which it looks like I can, then I just work on Taras. That battle worked out pretty well. Just luck. So I think that makes 2 out of 5 on that group as well. So that's 4 out of 10 today, 3 out of 9 in Gold 2, 1-0 in Gold 1. And that's just how it goes sometimes. So I'll try to learn from it and come back and be a little bit better. Hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.